We are not going back. We are going better. We've been pushing this out on social media and it is resonating. And I think the reason why it's resonating is because so many people want to go back to the time that we had pre-COVID. And I think most of us understand that it will never, ever be the same. Now we're in a distributed work environment now. We will have companies where no one comes to work. We will have companies, yes, where everyone comes to work. But for most of us, we're going to have companies where people are not going to be there Monday through Friday like they used to be. People are going to be all over the place. And what is really scaring a lot of CEOs and leaders and managers and companies is how do we maintain that culture? Like, how do we keep up the ping pong tables and the all hands meetings and the leadership development and the happy hours? Well, guess what? That was pre-COVID-19 and we're not going back there. We're going better. People are focusing on the externalities of how to keep the culture going. How do I make a presentation on WebEx? How do I make a presentation on Zoom? How do I make an all hands meeting? You know what? We're focused on the externalities, and those were the old days. In the old days, 2018, 2019, 2020, those were some good days. For a lot of us, we made a lot of money. We were very successful. But what happened is we kept our eye off the most important thing, and that was the vulnerability and the authenticity and the transparency of why we do, what is our passion. And I believe what is great about this situation, I know it is horrible what is happening with the deaths across the world, but what it's great about it is it's giving us a wake-up call to get clearer on what it is that we really want to change in this world and to go out there and to be loud about it. Because culture is you as a leader living your passion. Culture will keep your employees engaged and keep your company on the mark and keep your clients happy as long as you have the guts and the courage to dig down and figure out why you're doing what you're doing, and especially why you're doing it right now at this time. So we're not going back, we're going better. And we're going better because this time is going to force the best of us to get very, very clear on why we're here, because that will resonate with our employees no matter where they are on this planet. And if we don't get clear, it will not resonate. People will walk. It was kind of easy to walk down the hallways, see everyone, pat them on the back, give them a nice smile, and show that you were connected to them. Those days are gone. Pats on the back, sorry, they're gone for a while. So what do we replace it with? We replace it with good old-fashioned, what am I here to do on this planet right now that will change the lives of my employees, my customers, my community, and the world. So the first thing that I ask that you look deeply into, and when I'm asking the world, I'm asking myself, what is really going to distinguish yourself and your company from the rest of your competitors, what's going to keep your employees engaged is that you get very, very clear on what it is you're here to do and change in the world right now. We're doing a workshop on grit with Angela Duckworth, and she talks about passion. Passion is not about falling in love. Passion is about staying in love. It's staying consistent day after day after day with the thing that you are here to do, which is to change the world the way you are supposed to change it, which has to do with what you truly care about to change right now in the world. So number one, you need to ask yourself is, what are you here to do to change in the world? And you need to get clear. One of my CEOs, he built this company really for the purpose of giving his employees the opportunity to build their skills and to achieve whatever they want to achieve in the world, to grow both personally and professionally. And we're doubling down on that, right? We have to double down on that. And I remind him every single day, what is it that is the most important to you right now? And are you communicating it enough to your employees? Do your employees know? Because your employees can see it. They know if you've got it or if you haven't got it, because guess what? On Zoom calls, Cisco WebEx calls, on video all hands meetings, they can see it, you own it, or you don't know it, and they're in or they're out. Personally, right now, my passion is really to transform individuals through great leadership and great teams. And I think I'm doing an okay job, but I'm not doing a great job. I'm not doubling down. And I know that if I don't double down, I will be extinct, right? Because we're not going back, we're going better. There's no way I can run my company the way I used to and expect the same results. I, like you, need to double down on what is it that you're here to do to change the world. How are people changed by you being here and making that front and center when you wake up in the morning, when you plan your day, when you put your head on the pillow and you say, did I live my passion? The next question you need to ask, number 2, is why is it so important right now? Why is it so important right now that you double down on your passion? The answers, I think, are kind of obvious. I mean, people are lonely, right? One of the top selling books right now is Together, about the loneliness of people in America. And that book was written before this whole COVID-19 thing happened. People are scared. They're scared for their safety. They're scared for their life. They're scared for their health. They're scared for the future. They're distracted. Their whole families are at home right now with them. And their kids are going through online school, which isn't turning out to be so great. And they're worried about the rest of their family, which is in different parts of the world or different parts of the country. And they really can't do much about it because people aren't necessarily traveling or getting out right now. So if doubling down on what you are here to do is just not front and center, I don't know what is. It is so important right now that you really grab what you're here to do and you go deep. It's important right now. I mean, for me, what's important right now to teach leaders and teams to really grow, the reason why it is so important right now, because what I'm finding is having these types of conversations on all of the webinars and all of the trainings that I do, it is really becoming the most eventful part of their month because they finally have the time to actually share where they're scared, share what's important to them, and work on their most important work. Number 3, what would it look like for you to really go deep into your passion? You have to ask that question because again, you going deep into your passion is going to engage the people on your team and in your company most. So what would it look like? Would it look like this? Would it look like really heartfelt videos where you're vulnerable with your people? Would it be having small meetings where you share the things that you care about? Would it be having large meetings where you share your philosophy, the things that are driving you? Would it sharing your family, sharing your predicament? Sharing what's happening with your clients, brainstorming, being innovative in ways that you can serve your clients better and different because guess what? We're not going back, we're going better. We've got to go better to serve our clients who are also scared. And we can have this opportunity to get closer to them. What would it look like to go deep? For me to go deep would be to do this. I mean, really scares me to go and be so vulnerable on camera and share. And I don't even think I'm close to how passionate I am about this topic because I think where we are right now as leaders and as coaches is we're on the cusp of a place where we've never been before. We're at a place right now where we've got to figure out how do we build great companies when our people are not there Monday through Friday. How do we take some our great ideas that we want to bring to the world? How do we keep our people engaged when they're not here? And if our ideas are so important, we got to find ways to keep them engaged. We have to find ways for them to see that it is as important as we think it is. Because we're not there, we're not shaking hands, we're not patting backs, we're not gathering people in rooms, we're not having lunch with them. We have to find better ways. Yes, it's important that you're competitive. It's even more important that we keep waking people up to their greatness. We wake teams up to how they can connect to each other and do great things And we've got to figure out ways to make that happen. And I do not know the answers. And that's why I'm looking to everyone who's watching to kind of care and to share on what we're going to do to make sure that this world doesn't fall apart, but actually comes together in this most important time. We can't lose people. What's great about this COVID-19, it's a horrible thing that's happened to the world. I think the light that we can find in it is that it is prompting us, it's provoking us, it's kicking us in the butt that we need to get clear on why we're here. Because guess what? Our time might not be that long, and it's sure made it difficult to get our message out. Of course, with technology, we certainly can, but it is making it difficult for us to get it out the way we used to. So it's causing us to be more vulnerable, more transparent, more authentic than we've ever been before, so we can lock down and lock in the hearts and minds and the souls of the people that we work with and the people that we influence to keep on the pace of the things that we truly care about. Fourth question scares me the most. The fourth question is, what scares you the most? Right? As you look forward, and as most of us are looking into the externalities of what to do with space and what's to do with culture and what's to do with this presentation, what scares you the most of digging down into your passion? What scares you the most of being loud and being vulnerable and shaking things up? And saying to people, this is what I really care about, and I want you to care about it, and this is how we're going to care about it. Personally, I care about being vulnerable and the message not coming to deaf ears or not agreeing, right? I care that people might not listen to the message, might not do anything, might actually dislike the message. I care about pissing people off. Being straight in their face about how important this time is and how we need to do something about it. I care about starting something in a new environment where everything's new and I do not know what I'm doing. We've never lived here before. And what I care about is, will I be consistent enough? Will I not fall in love? Will I stay in love? Will I be consistent enough with the message? Will I go deep enough so that people will truly care? I think deep down, what's really true about a passion, what's really true about living our passion, what's really true about communicating our passion is if we do put it out there, will people really care? The answer is yes. The problem is most of us don't put it out there. What scares us the most is that if we put it out there, people won't listen. Guess what? COVID-19 is forcing us to put it out there, and people will listen. This is the perfect time for people to listen to what you're all about. So the last question is, what are you going to do? You can do anything? What will you do to double down on your passion? How will you be more communicative? How will you be more vulnerable? How will you be more transparent? How will you be more consistent? All the things that scare you are the guideposts to tell us what we absolutely need to do. That's the great thing about fear. Fear is your greatest teacher. I'm scared about being vulnerable about this topic. Go be vulnerable. I'm fear about consistency. Go be consistent. I'm fear about pissing people off. You know what? The more I talk about this topic, about stopping to look at the externalities, which we need to look at, and just really digging down into your soul about what you're really passionate about, finding that out, getting clear, putting it out there, that is going to piss people off, make people scared. But guess what? That's the only way we're going to get through this. It's the only way we're going to connect and engage our employees. It's the only way we're going to make our companies distinct. It's the only way we're going to maintain our culture over time. And that is for us to get vocal, to be scared, to be fearful, to do it, and to say it anyways. That's all I got. It's busting me up inside because I'm really getting clear that I do not know the way forward. And I'm really getting clear that I think I and you are being called to create this way forward. And the way forward, as I see it, is to dig down every single day and understand what it is that drives us and what we want to do to change the world, and to be embarrassed and vulnerable and transparent and share with our people exactly where we are. That will connect them. That's exactly what they need, is that connection to your passion Don't hold it back. Put it out there. And that's why I think it's great that we're not going back. We're going better. COVID is going to demand of us to be more out there, more transparent, more vulnerable, more purposeful, more alive. That's how we're going to save the company, and that's how we're going to save the world. And that's all I got. It's Mitch Simon, the Simon Leadership Alliance. Thank you very much, and go live your passion.